What's going on, guys? Alex Fernandez here, coming to you with how to figure out your macros. Now I'm doing this video because I'm personally trying to cut down for the summertime just to get in shape, nothing too crazy, no shows coming up or anything like that. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. So I have this whiteboard right here, and as you can already see, I've been listing out all these calculations. We'll get to that in a second, but I want to start with what is a macronutrient. Now a macronutrient consists of proteins, fats, and carbs. Proteins are the building blocks that help you grow and repair your muscle fibers. Fats are like your storage units, you store extra energy there. And carbs are your direct line of energy. Without carbs, you'll feel very lethargic, and your gym performance may suffer if you have too few. So step number one is figuring out your calories. Now, I want to give you guys a range just because there's no like set point on how many calories you want to consume, but it's basically body weight times 11 and then body weight times 14. And I already did the calculation for myself. My body weight is 200, that times 11 is 2200, and then 200 times 14 is 2800. Now this right here is the maintenance range. I know you guys, it's kind of small, so you might not be able to see it right now, but the maintenance range for me is 22 to 2800. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these two numbers and then subtract 500 because I want to be losing about a pound of body weight per week. It'll help you keep a lot more muscle mass in the long run versus going at it like 600-700 calories where you're dropping weight incredibly quickly. If you're a little leaner and you're a lot more active throughout the days, such as doing like construction work or working out daily and everything like that, you would want to use this end right here. And then the lower end is for more inactive type of lifestyles where you're in front of a computer a lot or don't go to the gym daily or anything like that. So for me, because I'm leaner and I'm a lot more active throughout the day, I'm going to stick with 2800. Okay, so next thing that we need to figure out is our protein intake. So this is pretty easy. The range here is 0.8 to 1.2 grams per pound of body weight. So it'll be body weight times 0.8 and then body weight times 1.2, and you'll get a range for my 200 pounds, 160 to 240. So here, similar to the calories, at the upper end, it's if you're leaner, more active. At the lower end, it's if you live a more inactive lifestyle in front of a computer, things like that, and you want to be on the lower end. Just so I can know later, I'm going to circle that, and I'm going to actually put my protein at about 200, because that's what I find generally works for me. So now for the fats. The range is about 0.3 to 0.4 grams per pound of body weight. Now what you're going to do here is similar to up here. Body weight times 0.3, now for me that's 60, and body weight times 0.4, that's 80. So here it can get a little bit tricky because if you're somebody that really likes bacon and eggs, then you would want your fat a little higher so you could afford to eat those, versus the carbs where if you're more of like a potato, french fry, rice cake kind of guy, then you would want to have higher carbs just so you can enjoy the diet a little better. For me, I'm going to go with 70. Just because my carbs, I come from a background of doing the ketosis diet, which is 0 carbs, so I think I can handle, at least just for the time frame that I'm dieting in, I can handle a little lower carb. Okay, so now to figure out the carbs, you're going to use these numbers right here. And these numbers represent calories per gram. So for protein, it's 4 calories, carbs, it's 4 calories, and fats is 9 calories per gram. So for each of these, so I have 200 grams here, 70 grams here. What I'm going to do is multiply 200 times 4, and then this equals out to be 800. And this one, it's going to be 70 times 9, it's going to be 630. So next what you're going to do is you're going to add the 800 to the 630. So now I have 1430 calories used for my fats and proteins. Next what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the number that I decided for my calories, which is the 2800 minus 500, that equals 2300. Then I'm going to subtract the 1430, so that's 870 calories. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that 870 and divide 4 into it, because it's 4 calories per gram. So now what we're left with is approximately 220 grams for carbs. So now what I have for my own diet is 200 grams of protein, 70 grams of fat, and 220 carb. And so what I'm going to do for the next couple months is make sure that I stick to my 2,300 calories, and in order to make sure that I do that, I'm going to stick to my macros, being these values right here. And then one thing for people that are new to this, you're going to want to play around with some of these numbers, so I would suggest giving it 2 weeks using the values that you calculated out for yourself, making sure that you stay honest to yourself, where if you are slightly inactive, stay to the lower ends of each. If you're more active, then stay the higher ends. If you're moderate, then right in the middle. You're going to want to play around for about a week, maybe 2, and if you don't find the scale dropping by approximately 1 pound, you want to lower the calories, and when you lower the calories, you'll have to probably take away from either fat or your carbs, so you might have to do this whole calculation again, which kind of sucks, but you just got to bite the bullet and do it. So yeah, that was the video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope that this wasn't too complicated, and I know that the writing's small, a little bit messy, but hopefully the way that I explained it will help you enough. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one.